Day 7, we keep the flow alive, baby. It's beautiful. It feels really good. Like I was very proud of myself to like late at night. I was like, oh, yesterday, like, oh, I have to make a video. I should just do it early in the morning, but sometimes stuff happens. But yeah, I was talking to my partner today, and that's why I kind of thought about talking about this as well here in the video. Um, like how to value your time offer, like how to charge, and like the mindset maybe rather of the whole thing. We have a client and it's a web shop, and before working with her, she was doing $500 revenue a month, and now last month we did 5.5k in revenue. So that's a pretty nice number, five or times 10. And we sent the invoice yesterday because we were like happy, like yeah, actually we should send it in the beginning of the month, but whatever. And then we get like a message from her, like yeah, I feel I pay a little bit too much for you guys just to have the account running, and that's kind of where I was like, That's I understand sometimes like you kind of have to explain what do you do like optimizing and keeping it in check. And for example, now we added some UGC content to the creatives or to the ad campaign instead of like static images, stuff like that. But it's like very interesting because always compare it. Not really, it's the same, but I compare it to that example of the plumber who goes into a house like it's, let's say, flooding with water, and crisis, and he comes in, like kind of tweaks here and there, maybe does one ball here, like fixes like maybe half an hour, and then he sends an invoice to the person of like 10k, but let's say 3k, not too much. And then the person's like, hey, what, you were only for half an hour, but then he's like, yeah, but I worked for 50 years, maybe 40 years to get to this knowledge, and by doing it so much I can do it very quickly. And that's kind of the problem. People don't really understand that. Like they rather take you, they rather want you to take longer hours so they feel or perceive it's more valuable, or like your time is spent better than if you like do it more efficient. So that's kind of going back to clients. Like they often ask me like, yeah, what do you do when you have the campaign running, or why do I pay you this a month? But like, as in my opinion too, like if I would outsource stuff myself, if I get a positive ROI, I'm happy. So if I pay 1,000 and I get 2k back, in a way, it doesn't matter what happens. That's a good thing. Like sometimes you can kind of argue, okay, but I can do that myself. But for example, this case with the web shop owners, they can't. And also, like a big part of that is, what if something goes wrong, like a Facebook ad gets blocked, ad account? Then you have to come back or something and then fix it if you're like, if you want to do it yourself. So it's like it's a weird phenomenon, but that's just kind of how people think. So that's kind of why I think this is important for people to know, and also how to explain. And not that I can explain this one on one to my clients, but it's the same mindset, I would say. Um, so yeah, the ROI is definitely key. That's kind of how I do explain it. Like, yeah, I give you value and you pay me for that value, not like for my time or for my effort or for my communication. Communication is key though, but like that's not the point. Um, so yeah, because I have a few clients where I just have a monthly retainer, but I also have one client where I do hourly work, like I do website support, and it's kind of my first big client. So I still work with him, and that's very nice. But I do see as well, like, um, if I'm on vacation and I only get to spend 20 hours a month of that, like I see my income is suddenly much lower, and that feels kind of sad. But it's just what it is. It's okay. But like I hopefully want to shift away from that. For now, it's super nice to have that. I would say a little safety net to, if I know I put the hours in, I get money back. Um, and that's not always so safe, or not always so promised that you get that money back. If you put a lot of hours into getting clients, you don't know if you're going to get money back for that. But yeah, so it's like a nice combination that I have right now. But then I kind of want to talk about type of clients, because you might have seen a meme like type A client uh, pays $500 a month. Yeah, can you do this? Can you check? Can you text you at 9 in the evening? Yeah, can you also have that? Like kind of that, you get the vibe. And then type B client pays 5k a month, and then send invoice, thanks, or pay invoice, thanks, and that's it. You don't hear from them, and that's kind of the whole mindset thing I'm talking about now. Like those kind of people, they're not worried about like the small things and the small tweaks and the this and that and what you're doing and how you're spending your time. They just care, like I said, about return on investment. They care if they pay you 5K, they want 10K, like a double in investment. Then they're happy. Like they're kind of thinking and doing bigger things than just like tweaking the minor things. Um, so that's definitely the type of clients you want to work with. Obviously, in the beginning, it's impossible to get those clients unless you're like a, I don't know, it's crazy offer or some connections. But that's definitely the clients you want to go towards. And I mean, everybody would choose for those clients, obviously. But it's very interesting to see because I see it everywhere. So yeah, that's kind of what I want to talk about. Going forward, I kind of want to make a little bit more valuable videos because this is, I feel, a little bit more like mindset thoughtfulness. Not thoughtfulness is a horrible word, but like just thoughts and kind of macro perspective, I would say, of a business. But kind of also want to dive a little bit deeper into like systems and like what do I do, the offer and everything. But that's kind of for maybe for a future video. So stay tuned. Because I'm really liking to make these videos actually. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Peace.